You're listening to Inside the Mines with Dante Marsh and Ryan Hyde, a podcast about life, lessons, and whatever the hell else they want to talk about.
Uno, dos, tres. All right, our special guest today is a good friend of mine. I played over a decade next to this man. We was like the dynamic duo up in the Canadian Football League for the BC Lions for a long time. Won a couple championships together, bunch of All-Star award nods together. Just a great time. More than a teammate, but a brother from another mother. Korey Banks, Garden City, Kansas Junior College. He's from Palm Beach, Florida. Left Garden City and went to Mississippi State, became a Mississippi State Bulldog. Was with the Washington Redskins after the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Been in some other camps with the Miami Dolphins. Came up to Canada with the Ottawa Renegades. Had a stellar 10 interception season with the Ottawa Renegades. And then came over to the BC Lions in the dispersal draft, and the rest is history. A future Hall of Famer, a great dude, funny as hell, keep you laughing all day, shoot it straight from the hip. My friend, my brother, Korey Banks.
What's up, baby? I don't know if I'm supposed to talk, but I don't know if the camera on me. What's up, baby?
You on, man. You on, man.
I'm on, man. Is the camera on? I want to make sure my hat right. I'm representing, them Yankees.
Yeah, man. So let's get into it, man. So talk about the beginning, man. Palm Beach, Florida, man. 954, right?
954. Boynton Beach to be exact. From the boy. Palm Beach is a big county, but we represent Boynton Beach, Florida, but Palm Beach County definitely.
So tell us the beginning real quick. Let's get into the story.
Man, the story's so vague, man. We don't play so much football. I can't even remember high school a lot, man. I still have people talking about, man, remember I caught that ball on you? No, I don't, because, it's been so long. I don't remember 1998, but it was what I do remember from, we had a lot of ballers on the team, definitely. A lot of us didn't know how to get to college, so we found a way. A lot of guys went out to play major college football where I'm from and who I played with. Few guys went to the league. Vince Wilfork played 13 years, like 11 with the Patriots. We had Sherrod Coates played, drafted by the Cleveland Browns, played Browns and another team, I forgot. They came over to Canada for a little while. My cousin CJ, we had about 5 of us hit the league, from a town that nobody really knew how to get to college. Pretty good experience. Other guys went out to have good careers in college, bounced from there to JUCO. That JUCO, oh my gosh. I can't even. But you make it out of JUCO, man, you ready for whatever, man. That's all I can tell you about JUCO.
Yeah, because I've been coaching JUCO the last 4 or 5 years, so I didn't.
Yeah, but you weren't in Kansas, boy.
And I'm aware, but my thing is, because California, we have the biggest junior college.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
So I never knew how grimy the junior college, experience was until I started coaching it, because I left high school and went straight to Florida, Fresno State. So it's been an eye opener, man. And hey, it's really last chance you, bro.
Man, listen, I was out there at Garden City, man. When I came in, I was coming in and both corners and both safeties were JUCO All-Americans, and all of them was going into their sophomore year. So they only kept 10 out-of-staters. And they might keep 12, and the other 2 won't be on scholarship. So coming into that, they brought in 75 guys that year. Out of them 75, I think it was like 21 All-Americans from different states.
That's crazy.
And they only keeping 10 people. Man, it was like, hey, you had to eat out there. But I did get somebody cut, and he was from Pompano Beach, Florida. I felt bad for him, but it is what it is. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's definitely at that time it wasn't last chance you. It was first chance you then, because when we were coming from, I didn't know how to get to college. I learned my senior year, they were like, you need to take this, that. So I was too far away from this, and that. So I had to go navigate another way. But all the information's out there to get to D1 now. If you go to JUCO now, it is the last chance. You tripping.
Exactly. Talk about being from Palm Beach, Florida, and going to Kansas, to Garden City in the middle of nowhere, where you got one Taco Bell,
yes,
and a Walmart.
Walmart. I remember Walmart, Taco Bell, and I think they might have the Taco Bell, Walmart, and maybe a McDonald's and Wendy's. But I mean, I didn't have a vehicle, so I didn't navigate through the town much. Our whole operation is from the schoolhouse to my apartment off campus. That's where all the partying with that. Then we'll catch a ride to a little club called El Presidente. And man, Garden City was what it was. It was the 13th and 14th grade. You had to go through it. But what I did, I advised the plan and say, you know what? I ain't coming home my first year. I'm going straight through summer school, taking a bunch of credits, and I got out of a year and a half. So to me, that was the best route for me. A lot of other people took 2 years, and I got out a year and a half.
So you was a mid-year transfer.
Absolutely.
Timber grad. So can you tell us about your on the field prowess while you were at Garden City and the schools that were recruiting you? Kind of walk us through that, because I personally know some of the stories, so I think the people would want to hear that K-State story too.
Well, I mean, yeah, man. On the field, first of all, we were the first to play like the Jets played when they had Revis and Camardi. We bump and ran and followed receivers around the field the whole game. I mean, that's what it was. And, so far as, the play was, we went to the national championship game both years I was there. And, we came up short both years by a field goal, and we were way better than both teams. But long story short, we didn't win them. And, but when I got out there, I'm a fast forward to recruiting day. When it was time to leave, I was coming out, believe number one corner in the nation in that JUCO arena. So I thought I only had Kansas State to go to, because that was the only school that was calling me. Basically, they held all my letters, all my calls, and told every school I was going to Kansas State. So when I went up on my recruiting trip, and I went up there 1,000 times, but on the recruiting day I was going to sign, Snyder was in there, Bill Snyder. He was like, hey, right before I was going to sign, before I push you for the Thorpe Award, you're going to cut your hair off, cut your facial hair off, take your earrings out, tuck your shirt in, and have at all times, or I won't push you for the Thorpe. And I'm like, it wasn't the words he said, it's how he delivered it. Because everybody before my going into my sophomore year in JUCO, the guys left out, a couple of them went to K-State first. So all of them were telling me on the recruit trip, man, don't come up here. They all kept telling me the same thing, don't come here, don't come here. So, I ended up not going. So as soon as I left there, my mother had like 75 phone calls at her house. All kind of schools want me to come up and take visits, so I had to narrow it down. I went to Miami, Mississippi State, and Michigan State. And I didn't even go to Florida State, but Miami, I had to, long story, reason why I didn't go to Miami, I had to go back and get 1 D off my transcript. So that would have made me not graduate in that year and a half, right? So I didn't go to Miami. I told Mississippi State they were coming off winning years. Fred Smoot was retired. I got them private handshakes a lot. I ain't gonna know. I mean, the private handshakes, they're telling you what to do, whatever. But it was a good. I mean, I won't change it for the world, man. The only thing I do regret is Bill Snyder was getting me prepared to be a pro, and I didn't even realize it at that moment. But and I would have been playing next to Terrence Newman. It'd have been me and Newman at the corner. Demetrius Butler played the nickel. They had Jared Cooper, who played a bunch of years in the league playing safety. So the product was going to the league. At that time, Mississippi State and K-State were putting the JUCO guys. They were the biggest schools going to get all the JUCO guys. So, I mean, but it worked its way out, man. I don't regret it.
Yeah,
I don't regret it.
K-State was, and still to this day, they're probably one of the schools that actively recruits junior college players because they want guys to come in and play right. And Snyder did put together a good little stick in the late 90s in the Big 12. So, yeah. So leaving Kansas, right, and going to Mississippi State. Now, Smoot had just left when you got there, or
yep.
Okay, and y'all had Pig Prather and a bunch of those guys, right?
Yep, Pig Prather. Yep, Mario Hagan, Dante Walker. Don Lee played a bunch of years with Brett Favre and them boys at tight end. Justin Griffin. We had he came running back Jerry Norwood came in the year after my first year there. Man, we had a lot of guys like the SEC, man. It was one of them things that coaching mattered, and our coaching was terrible. I don't care who hears it. It was horrendous, especially at Mississippi State. We had a D coordinator that didn't wear headphones. We played against Florida Gators, Arkansas, Alabama's, Ole Miss, LSU's, Auburn's, and we'd have a D coordinator that don't have no headphones. Like, you kidding me? He don't want to hear what nothing nobody got to say. So we had two coverages: the cover one, basically man, and cover three.
Wow.
And we have a coach with no headphones on. Like, man, you don't get out of here with that, man. What kind of football was that? This is the SEC.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was real crazy. Very, very, very crazy.
Man. So
he was like an Echeverry. That's why I don't like that guy to today.
So
don't like him. Don't care for him. And that's the only person I can say that about in my whole life. Don't care for him.
That's terrible. What year did you start playing football? Because do y'all call it Pop Warner out there in Florida?
Well, we had called it Little League, but now it's becoming more Pop Warner because now the Pop Warner thing is like more unlimited, where you don't have to have a weight.
Right.
When we were coming up, you played for the 80 pound, you couldn't weigh more than 80 pounds. Every game it went up like a pound and a half or something. So by the 10th game, you could be almost 90 pounds. You get what I'm saying? But you have to stay under that weight. But now it's unlimited football. People you're not growing up. Vince Wilfork didn't play Little League. He couldn't. He started playing football in high school, but he played flag football and stuff and that kind of thing. But that's why he was so athletic, because he was a quarterback. He played a little basketball, but he was a big guy. Mm-hmm. And but nowadays, I started playing football, 6, 7, when I was playing baseball too. So I would love baseball more. Football was ass. I didn't become one of the better guys to like around when I turned like 10 or 11. I was still in baseball. I was him in baseball from 6 on up. Football wasn't my favorite sport, but it became my favorite sport.
I think baseball is it for everybody, because that's how I was. I was a shortstop, and I think because you don't need no equipment, really, you just need to go.
It would have burnt you up.
What stop?
It would have burnt you up. Shortstop. We'd have hit right at you and run, making it first.
Hey,
we gonna hit it to you and make it first.
Knock it off. Yeah, knock it off. No,
you do look like one of them Dominicans playing the ball game right now. You do look Dominican. You might be a good baseball player. You do look like one.
Boy, got jokes. Boy, we got jokes. Hey, so no, because all you need is a glove, obviously.
Definitely.
So everybody, I think everybody, especially the inner city guys, that's one of the first sports you pick up, and obviously basketball. But once you put on them pads, running around hitting people, man, as a kid, I know for me it was just like, I don't want to do nothing else. This is it.
But see, for me, it was more like, when I'm looking in the stands in baseball, and I won 10 straight MVPs in baseball too, by the way. My mama got all the trophies, and I played traveling ball, and that most of the time I was the only black kid. So anyway, baseball, looking in the stands is only my mama, and nobody's really, hey, but football, the whole city out. Hey, man, screaming your name and making you feel like somebody. So I guess it was more of that adrenaline rush with football that you get that make you make a decision like, I love football over baseball. That's what got me away from baseball more than anything. And then we had a racist high school head coach. He'll call you boy quick.
Gotta do it.
Yeah, he was racist. But his name what was his name? Sam. I forgot his name. High school coach Sam something. Coach Sam something. Yeah, he told me I'd never start. Told me, no matter how good I was, because I'm not there year round. But still had 9 home runs as a freshman and playing on varsity and didn't start. And led the team in stolen bases as a freshman, didn't start. 9 home runs. Now, remember that. And I hit 2 of them left-handed.
Ooh, okay.
But I decided to go to football. That's what I do regret. Other than the relationship in football, I regret never staying in baseball.
Korey, I had to represent some Eagles gear today after that big, ugly-ass win that we had this last Thursday night. And you were pretty quick this morning to get on top of me for that Eagles gear behind me.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Giants, but I will tell you this, that I'd rather the Eagles win than the Cowboys any day.
Yes,
y'all
sir.
won the Super Bowl, I was happy. I was happy. Now, if you were the Cowboys, I would have hated everyone. Because the short story is, I have family members in Camden, New Jersey, and that's right across the bridge from Philly. So a lot of them are Philadelphia fans. So, I have a lot of uncles that's Philadelphia fans. So I kind of I got a little soft spot for Philadelphia too, because I used to love Randall Cunningham.
Man, we all did.
Yeah, hey. But as long as you're not a Cowboy fan, we okay.
Not a Cowboy fan. I collect jerseys, but I do not have anything Cowboy in this house. Not a thing. I don't. No.
Last time they won, I don't know how old you are, Ryan, but I'm 40. So it was 1995. 41. That is what, 15, 20, what is that, 25 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a long time since they won anything, and I love it.
And they still walking around saying Super Bowl, man. We got to stop this. We got to be realistic with this. That's like Winnipeg screaming championship every year until now. They finally got it.
Hey, my Raiders going to get one before the
I like the Raiders, man. I like what Gruden doing over there, man. And he got my young buck at Mississippi State right there flying around, though. 24, he just a crash dummy, though.
Yeah.
Play, though. He gotta calm down a little bit though.
He gonna be out of there quick. He ain't
gonna make it in this league. Not doing that. Hitting is out the game now.
Yeah. Hey, he need to get them sleeves together too. That's terrible.
Yeah, he needs a dress code. Terrible, bad. He dress code. Him and the running back from Alabama.
Dress code violations.
Boy, they looking bad, looking like Joe Smith. My boy, he a baller though. But oh man, hey, but he a baller though. I did say that. Now you got that on camera. He a goon.
Joe was the guy.
Joe looked just like the little mannequin that they have up there for the CFL. The exact dress code, the hip pads out and all. Man, he ain't altered the uniform at all.
Yeah, we used to get them letters every week, Ryan. Dante, this is gonna be my last warning. This is not.
Yeah,
really.
Hey,
you $1,000.
Hey, Ryan, he used to be around a locker room like a Tasmanian devil, mad at everybody. Like, Marsh, just don't do it, dog. Man, I'm like, dude, you want to lose your money, bitch? Just don't do it. And he gonna stretch the rule to the full extent. The towel say 6 inches. He gonna be at about 7.5 inches. Man, I'm at 6. He gonna keep tucking it up, then pull it back down. Like, oh, Robert, man.
I would have loved to have seen that kind of shit.
If he was in the NFL, that man would have been the highest fine person in the world. Because they wouldn't have warned him like that in the league. He was just getting them $25,000 every week. Bang, bang. It was Canada. It was lean.
Yeah, I think the biggest fine I got might have been $1,500 in Canada.
I don't think I ever got fined. I have never got fined in Canada that I can. Oh, they tried to fine me one time for when Wiley put in them stupid rules, talking about if you remember. I wonder Wiley who say if you're or Mark one of them if you're 5 minutes, if you're early 5 minutes, you're still late, and they would start fining us. Remember they was going crazy in the locker room giving up, so they tried to fine me like $1,000. And I politely walked to Wiley office, told me I am on the PA. You know that you can't do that, right? So the spirit went away. I'm like, man, I'm not paying no $1,000 for coming to meetings on time, and you telling me I'm late because you're not 10 minutes early. Like, you don't get out of here. So I got things to do too. It's freaking 6 in the morning.
Wow.
Drinking that coffee, you talking about finding $1,000.
Yeah, $1,000 for walking in the meeting early. Like, man, what kind of practice? We talk about practice, man. Practice, man. Come on, man.
Doing your AI. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm gonna shoot a bunch of random questions at you, but let's get into it. So after the Washington Redskins thing, you were playing arena, right?
It went like this. When I came from Mississippi State, I was undrafted free agent to Miami. So I went down there, made an immediate impact, got the real big buzz going, balled out in preseason, and I got a game ball in preseason, the last preseason game of the year. Got a game ball. Now, usually what that means, you making his team.
Yeah.
So I got about more story, fast forward to the moment of the roster being made. I got so many calls from the crib congratulating me. So a pre-roster came out and I made the 53. So I'm like, damn, I feel good about myself. I'm about to get the check, the guapo. You know what I mean? So I'm walking through it. Then I get the call at 4:30. It was the final.
Yeah.
I get the call upstairs. Hey, we're gonna let you go, but we know you go clear. Hopefully you'll clear waivers. We're gonna bring you back on the practice squad. So I'm mad, but I'm happy still because I deserve to be here because I was picking up everything and it's documented anyway. So then you go to practice squad. A couple people get hurt, you get cut again, come back, cut again. I got cut from the Dolphins 5 times. So finally, coming into the next year. They cut me again, and the Redskins picked me up. So I had a choice to make. So I went to the Redskins, and I mean, really, hold on, I'm sorry. From the Dolphins, Redskins, man, it's so long ago. Dolphins, a year and a half. After a year and a half, the second year, I thought they was playing with me a little more too. I left the Dolphins and went straight to arena ball. I went to come play with the Orlando Predators. So I played the last 4 games with them, and then Ottawa. No, I'm sorry. I went from the Dolphins to Ottawa. That's what happened. Dolphins to Ottawa for the last couple games of the year. Then went from Ottawa to the Arena League for the last couple games of the year. Then Ottawa called me back and told me I had to be a camp, or they're gonna suspend me and fine me. Blah blah blah. So I had to leave the Arena League before we played in the playoffs. Went to Ottawa, and that was the year I had them 10 picks. And then they folded after that. Then the rest was history. But I played a lot of football in 2 years. I was everywhere.
You was a nomad.
Everywhere for no reason either. Like, man, this can't be happening. I'm like, I pick up too many balls to be going through all these different teams like this, man. But it was business. When you learn the business side of sports, I mean, it's the most humbling thing ever when you learn the business side. Because who cares how good you are? It matters what they say. Yeah. Only business in the world that matter what they say most. I don't say only, but the biggest business in the world is sports. It matters what they say. It don't matter what you feel, how you think, who you are. It matters what they say. So, I had to wait my turn. Went to Canada. I don't regret any of it. It got me everything I ever had in life, and it made me the person I am today. Because, I mean, the more you grow, the more you achieve.
What's it like playing in that Arena League, Korey? So I heard it was like basically a big giant game of bumper cars.
I don't like it. Didn't love it at all. Man, Jay Gruden, he was the head coach there. At that time, he was offering me not to leave. He already told me he'll pay me $90, and then throughout the playoffs, basically it'd be prorated $90, and they paid for my living all year. And then the next year, he was like, "We'll pay you $130," and the contract was in my face, but I didn't like. Man, that hitting that wall, man. Heck no, I'm sorry. I hitting that wall, man, ain't enough money. I'm sorry, I got a brain. I always thought I was a little smart anyway, so I can make money on my mind. I can't be hitting that wall. That wall was 1 step, 2 steps wall. That's what it was, full speed. You got 3 steps to be on brakes, or you hitting the wall. Mm-hmm. And that was like, And everybody threw the ball by the wall. I'm like, no. And I was guarding the middle dude. All they want to run is corner routes. So guess what we hitting every play? The wall. I'm like, no, sir.
That high motion guy was
man. All he want to do is run corner routes.
So I get a phone call. So let me interject here. So we're my second year in the CFL 05. We when you travel, you watch other games that may be on before you play your game a day or so later. So we in the hotels, me and Sam Young, we watching this Ottawa game like, damn, he did it again, because we're all DBs. And we sitting around 3-4 interceptions. This dude is getting 7, 8. It's like every week. He just keep getting them. I'm like, man, how the hell they keep throwing this ball to this dude, man? This shit is crazy. We don't never get these opportunities. Like, he did it again. So
I was guarding that middle man. Look who we had to guard. Ben Cahoon.
And they still doing it too.
What's the other dude named Copeland? You talk about Copeland, Ben Cahoon. You had the fat dude from Toronto, Miles. Yeah, Arlen Bruce slide in the slot. Every week, they ain't running for me. Had guard Tucker, G-Roy inside, and Milt Stegall. Man, they ain't running for me. The ball coming. I'm like, no problem.
Yeah, so we watching this shit like, man, that's crazy. So he had, like I said, he had a very good year for DBs. Like,
yeah, it was fun, man. We had it was good nucleus. It was fun, Yeah, by the way, man, all subject, man. Tell your man don't ever tag me in those Twitter showing him catching a touchdown. Me, man. Do I need to pull out some film? No, man, I don't like that. Who
that was? That Kamal?
Yeah, man, don't be tagging me catching those. Man, you kind of boy. Man, you ain't. Man, that's one catch you ever had. Don't show no one play. I'm sick of these dudes, man. I really am. Now I can talk crazy to people. I was trying to protect my image. Damn that image stuff now. No way. I'm talking crazy. Tell them don't ever do that again.
Hey, listen, we gonna chop it. We gonna chop it and screw. You can say whatever you want here on Inside the Minds, my good brother. So back to that story. We're watching this, and you had a great year, like very good year, balling out, right? So after that year, I had a pretty good year. I ended up getting the opportunity to go to the Kansas City Chiefs, worked out. They signed me on the spot. I was a Chief for 5 days, et cetera, et cetera. until we got to talking about that signing bonus. they would have given me no signing bonus because I had a hurt shoulder. So you know, Banks, that injury waiver they put in your face, like,
yeah, sign this, and if you get hurt, you get nothing. No, heck, no, I ain't signing that.
So anyway, I decided to come on, go, have my agent at the time negotiate with Wiley. It took a long time in the off season, but we got to them 6 figures, and they had a dispersal draft because the Ottawa Renegades folded. So right before that, they signed Korey to this. They signed you to that big ass deal, and we like, damn. But DBs,
that was Ottawa.
That's what I'm saying.
They had to take the contract.
Right.
They had to take the contract.
Right.
Yeah.
So they signed a deal, but then end up folding.
Yeah.
So when we had the dispersal draft, a few days prior to, I get a phone call like, "Yo, we gonna take Banks, bring him in to be the halfback. We gonna match you up with him. Y'all ready to do this?" And I'm like, man, hell yeah. You watch a guy from afar do that type of work. And even though y'all play in the same wheelhouse of positions, it's kind of like a competitive thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, we getting a dude that doing all that. And I finally get, a guy to play with that's like that. So I was all excited. So can you talk about that part? You have this great year in Ottawa, All-Star, CFL All-Star, getting mentioned up there to be a MOP from one of the first guys in a long time to really have some traction, to be mentioned as a most valuable player that doesn't play offense, right? And sign your deal, and then you get the news that the team is folding. Can you walk us through that?
Man, it was, I remember talking to you when they first did it, man. We used to talk all the time, built a relationship over the phone, man. You know how it go. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought I was going to be this old bougie dude walking in the locker room. Didn't have no clue that money wasn't the point. I had a point to prove. It don't matter about the money. Money going to follow if you have a point to prove anyway. But I remember like, I ain't going to remember like it was yesterday, but it was, I got the call. They drafted me. I feel like I had a 4-leaf clover because I went from worst to first instantly. And getting paid and leaving Ottawa to go to Vancouver. No, I knew nothing about the West Coast, really nothing, but a beautiful city. Don't get dark to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. I mean, it was like I hit the lottery. And then I got to come play with a team with a lot of veterans. They were, only thing I say y'all were missing was, you had a nice blend of veterans with young guys, but they were missing that. When I came in, I came with Hunt, came with Glove. We kind of brought that. We brought that don't give a damn attitude, and we about to have some fun, and we kind of took that. I ain't gonna say y'all had a hating locker room, but hating, I ain't gonna say hating, but the chemistry wasn't 100% right in that locker room when we walked in there, because it was like more like, I don't know how Wally was, but Wally had, I don't know how it was, but it would look different. So we came in, and the instant change came because it was more of, we all know we good enough. Now let's make this shit work. Leave the feelings at the door. We're gonna coach each other up, because we understand that the coaches only can say so much, and they can call a play. Don't mean we got to run it like they call it. You know how we used to do over there, man. Shoot, man, we'll be a man zone. We'll be a no man. They couldn't, man. I don't want to hear none of that bubble. We're gonna sit, man. They gonna keep throwing this route, so we're gonna take this route, make them throw that. I mean, you know how it go. But it was great moments, man. We got together, played some years. I remember the most loops, the practices, man. How we used to just like totally say today we gonna make G-Roy and them mad. So we made them dudes on offense. They made us good, but we made them great. So you know what I mean? We were good. We made them great because they had to go through it every day in practice, and it wasn't a let up. Paris Jackson, practicing with Paris Jackson, Jason Claremont. You had freaking Brian Thedwell, Dave Dickinson throwing the ball, Dr. Dave, as I used to call him, talking about the ball left way before the receiver broke. So by the time you get there, the ball right there, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Dave, G-Roy. Shoot, it was an environment that we as players created, because I can't give coaches all that, because you can get the groceries, don't mean you know how to cook. So we came in and created this environment, and we were with the most winning, become the most winning head coach, adding all that together, man, the ingredients were great. We made it happen. I regret that, honestly, we supposed to won the Grey Cup. And I know everybody said that we should at least have 4 of them.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close for 4 years. Like we had good people were good, but as far as a team wise, it wasn't close. At least 4 of them years.
Yeah.
At least 4 of them 8 years, it wasn't even close. Wasn't close. Like we didn't win when we had Cam Wake with all these sacks, and we should have just won. That should have been too easy one.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Well, what he was doing.
Whatever, man. You know, some people didn't have any. My boy Milt Steele, that jersey on your back wall don't have any. And let me tell you a story about that and tell Milt this. Marsh, you remember that game when Milt was about to break the record? Some record he had to break, and I was on him. Then I was like, boy, I promise you, Mark, he didn't get this record today. Hey, I ain't talked to Milt before the game. Well, you know how you talk to the man. I ain't even speak to Milt. I'm like, man, I had to be. It was Demon Day that day. I was like, man, I felt so bad because I was talking to Milt any kind of way. He was older though. I'm like, man, he didn't get the record that week. He ended up getting it the next week. Like, I'm not gonna be on this highlight for the rest of my career about Milt Steele getting his record. I couldn't let it happen, dude. You remember that week?
Yeah. Hey, but the funny thing is, Ryan, we trained with Milt back in Atlanta in the
Been to his house, know his kids, know his family. I'm sorry, we not friends today. I can't talk to you today, Milt. No way. And I ain't talked to him. I stayed away from him the whole game. When he tried to talk to me during the game, I walked away. I think I had to let him know, man. I can't be on your highlight the rest of my life, dude. No way.
Milt was crafty, man. He gonna cuss. He ain't gonna talk reckless to you. He just gonna go about his business, and it'll make a young guy mad. Because
But we call that they'll nice you up, then try to beat you to death. Like they try to be nice guy. Hey, you all right, man? You okay? Help you up off the ground, but they want to score on you 50 times. No, man, don't nice me up. Stay away from me today. I can't have it today, Milt. Get away. But I had to let you know that about that jersey on your wall. Take that one. That's for the Eagle jersey too.
Yeah. Show, man. Yeah.
So we got 2/3 of Lockdown U in this room right now, and I just want to say, it's pretty amazing to be sitting here in the presence of greatness and the things that you guys have done over the course of your careers. So Dante said on here several times that Dante, he said, I was able to play with Korey with my eyes closed. I knew where Korey was on the field at all times. How did you guys end up building that kind of chemistry?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of we built the chemistry, but the backstory behind the chemistry, it's a lot of cursing out and mad at each other that goes into that to make that chemistry. But we knew how to leave that shit on the field, leave it out there. When we walked in the locker room, it's over with. So it was a lot of that, adjusting on the fly, being able to start trusting each other. And then it didn't take long, but throughout our career, it always was like we'll have a hiccup here and there. You playing 18 games a year, you know what I mean? It's hard to stay focused 18 games a year, every single play, no matter how good you are. See, the great ones, my opinion, the great ones can stay focused 70 percentile of the time. You know what I mean? The average one stay 50 percentile. Under 50, you're just not a good player. That's how the numbers kind of pans itself out, because you're just not going to stay focused every play. But we locked in majority of the time and just built the chemistry. We went through a lot of turnover and D coordinators, different strategies, different concepts. But what we did have is we can make whole cut look like zero man. We can make whole cut look like 2-man. We can make whole cut look like cover 2. We can do whatever we want because we understand where to help at, understand where we're going to be at. And if the quarterback make a mistake, it's a turnover. We ain't even got to think about it. And he will make a mistake because, we made everything almost look the same way. And a lot of teams, when we first got together, the read that I realized my advantage was the read always went to the weak half. Most quarterbacks read where the weak half, what he's playing right now, that determined what kind of coverage they in. And our coaches were smart enough to say, okay, we're going to put you in man coverage and have a zone around you and a lot of different things. We as a coaching staff and players, we kind of built the schemes to fit around players. Mm-hmm. And they did. That's what I can't give Benavidez, Wally. I'm not going to say Richie because Richie I only got, I was with Richie 1 year, maybe, but he was a great coach, but I don't remember his scheme too much. But then he allowed, for the most part, was like, okay, and Mark, we're going to build around the players. And they were, wasn't stubborn enough to understand, you can call plays, but you got to start comboing coverages and making this stuff difficult for the reads the quarterback's having right away. So if the read look cloudy, they holding the ball longer. And with BJ, Aaron Hunt, Tyrone Williams, my boy Chris Smith, Sway,
yep,
Cam Wake, even from Chief, a loading. What was Chief real name, man? That long name, you know.
McKay Losher.
Yeah, McKay Losher. Yeah, him. McKay Losher. The list goes on. I'm forgetting somebody that was great. Did I say Aaron Hunt?
You said Hunt, C-Dub, Chris Wilson.
Well, I forgot what Hunt Fish Grease, aka Fish Grease, raining donut, eating them out the sky. That's what he gonna do. So you know, it was fun moments, man. That's all, man. Football is about memories, man. Because at the end of the day, when we put the cleats up, there's gonna be another jersey that says something on the back of it, and the same envelope that represent this team. But the memories will never go, and that's the best thing I got out of football. Yeah, because I have been ostracized out of football, and I love it.
I think what made it easy as time went on was we hung outside of football.
Yeah, I didn't get to that point. You're right.
Like every day, and then especially in Canada, the wives and the kids is back in Atlanta. We hung out. What else we gonna do? Playing video games. We going to eat at all these different places, going to pubs, hanging out. I mean, after the game, hanging out. He was my roommate on the road for 10 years. Like, it was just, like I said, my brother that's not related to me, but I'm not by blood. So it was just so easy. I knew what he was thinking. Like, I can remember in a Western final game.
And DJ Flick.
I
knew you gonna bring that.
Because, man, look, this could have been ugly. It could have been so ugly.
I was tripping out there, man. My hamstring was tight. That man kept running the middle. Man ran. Dog, before you tell the story, this man ran me deep 12 plays in a row. I'm like, oh, man, I had enough, man. Can we please get in a different coverage?
He could run now.
Yeah, and he lined up 50 yards back there in that running motion.
He would use that waggle to the fullest extent. So Saskatchewan has some pieces now. They couldn't put it together at the time. So this man is taking off. Man, Korey come to me like, man, Mark, look, bro, this dude running me deep every play. I'm tired. Because they not even throwing the ball to it. They just keep running at me. So it get to the thick of the game, and in BC Place while we was there in the heyday of the BC Lions in them 2000s, we was packing that thing out. So you couldn't hear nothing in there. All you hear is that's how loud it was. So we had like cover 0. Like I got my man, Korey got his man. I see this man back up 20 yards and just take off, put his head down, just start running at the line. I don't know why, but Korey, I don't know what happened. He ran somewhere else.
Man, I ran under your man. Your man ran a curl. I went to your man like, man, I addressed myself right away, and you picked it up. I ain't running deep with this, but y'all better see him today because my hamstring hurt.
So I'm keying the QB, and I'm seeing this splash come to the line, and then I'm like, I don't know what told me. I just took off and just left my man and just put my head down, and I dove, and I was able to disrupt the play, stop him from catching the ball, and it was I don't know how it happened. It was a reaction. I don't know what he was doing because he shot out of it. And after the player's like, dog, you saved my ass, dog. I'm like,
that's what I think I was cursing out. Who was the video? I'm like, man, get us out of man coverage. We in the man coverage every play. And I done got ran deep 40 plays and the ball ain't came yet. I know it was going to eventually come. I'm like, man, I have nothing up left right now. This man lining up at 100 yards back there, so I'm running 80 yards every play. And I'm like, no, this is crazy. We still in man cover. And they keep calling it. I'm like, I don't know what game plan they came up with that day, but that sucked. I remember that play like it was yesterday. Like, man, shoot, hey, I'm sorry. I pulled the gasket on that play. I can't run no faster. Right, I can't even run right now. I want to come out the game, but I ain't want to be that guy in the heat of the moment. Shoot, I almost called a timeout too just to get some more rest. Like, get that. That's the part about coaching I don't understand. Players understand those moments. You got to be able to see your players understand. Hold on, he ain't running around. Something ain't right. Well, let me call a timeout, get him a break. But for some reason, we took our timeouts to the locker room with us.
Yeah.
And we used to love to do that. And I used to start calling timeout. They'd be like, who did it? Man, I did it. Man, I call timeout. You don't see these D linemen tired, man. We need to get off this field. Y'all saving timeouts to the locker rooms anyway. My bad. I ain't holding back today, Marshall. You better not ask it. Because if you ask it, I am going to say it today. I can promise you that.
Here's the deal. On this podcast, you can say whatever the hell you want to say. This is Adulterated real. Really, this platform is for current and former athletes to be able to show themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I say show themselves, you're more than just a helmet and a number 24 jersey.
Oh yeah.
I know this, but there's a lot of people out there that don't know that. And a lot of times when athletes are no longer playing their respective sport and they become civilians again, we're discarded in a sense to certain people. We out of sight, out of mind. People need to know that you got a degree. People need to know that you handling your business. You're not a dumb jock. You're not a shut up and dribble. And that's really what this is about. And then to give the athletes a platform to be able to monetize, because at the end of the day, when them checks stop, that's it. For that,
we talked about that for what 8 years straight. Even when we were making money, like, man, shoot, hey dog, these boys here to understand. But we got real responsibilities. This real life right now.
Oh yeah.
Because over here in America, what they trying to pay you at a regular job with a degree. Take these $21 an hour, man. $21 an hour, man. That's headache money, man. Shoot. Man, forget that, man. I'm sorry. Okay. You live in Canada, you can have a regular job, you get $75,000 a year. You come over here to these states you want to, talking about I'm just gonna be a paramedic. Yeah, you're gonna be making $40,000 a year, $50,000, except for California. But y'all cost $1 million to live out there.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you this. Now, once again, in my opinion, and many others' opinion, instant Hall of Famer when you on that ballot, already know.
That's been 5 years already, so that ain't gonna happen.
No, it's gonna happen. But listen to me. Easy. This is the easiest choice ever. Best halfback I know to ever play the game, in my opinion, and others that count opinion. Multiple time All-Star, very passionate player, great player. I mean, I'm a just say it like it is, because I saw it up front close for a long time. Now, with that being said, the situation in BC towards the end, can you please talk about that? Because we won 2 championships, got a lot of accolades, made good money, all that. But let's talk about the business side, from the position change to the going to Winnipeg. Let's talk about that.
Well, my belief, I'm gonna stand behind my beliefs. First of all, as far as position change, I think I got changed. Yeah, I can do the position, but they took me out of a position where I could put my hands on the ball, instantly change games, to put me at a linebacker where I'm at a disadvantage. I think he did it so he can start have to pay me what he was paying me. Which, when I moved to that halfback, that nickel, I did take about a $30,000, $40,000 pay cut, but the money up front money was still good, so I wasn't tripping. So at the end of the day, I think that's why he did it. If he'd have kept me a halfback, he knew the premium was going to have to keep being paid. Because you took me from that position and put a lot of guys over there that I'm not gonna say wasn't good, but they wasn't ready for that. Not that work. You know who ready for that position. You can't just throw somebody over there. They going against that person every week that get that running motion and understand the game. Like at that time when I left that position, who was that over there? Didn't they move Keon Rambo in the middle there at one point?
Kenyon Rambo started there, and then remember he came.
Then he kept moving around. Yeah, but who was that Calgary at that time when they moved me out of there?
Nick played the strong side, right?
No, they moved me to nickel. But after that halfback, when they had Tony, y'all had Tony there. Who was, I can't remember what year that was, but anyway, they moved me to those positions, and I think they definitely do the salary pay cut thing or whatever. But I excelled at it, whatever he still had to pay. And then when it come down to the last year, I was my own agent. I need everybody to understand that. I didn't have an agent speaking for me. So I was Korey Banks, the football player, Korey Banks, the dad, the husband, all that. And I was Korey Banks, the agent. So don't talk to me as Korey Banks, the football player, when I walk in there when it's agent time talking. So, at that year, while he was talking about, I'm going to make you where we're not doing signing bonus this year for nobody. Hold on, what do you mean? Well, we're not. So you telling me I'm going to have to come to camp and have a base, all my money going to be in base salary, Man, I'm not doing that, man. I'm gonna be in a high tax bracket in the world and beat Vancouver. I'm gonna go back home with no money. Like just, I'm like, heck no. So I wasn't doing. I said, well, if you're not doing bonuses, you might as well cut me now. Nah, I can't cut you. Well, you might as well, because you always told me if I don't rig you up as a bonus, that means your job is on the line. So I'm taking what you said, your words, what you said, because I documented these words. I wrote it. Okay. Well, no, we're not. I said, well, trade me. So he's trying to be stubborn. You know how it was. We talked about it all season. I'm like, I ain't gonna come to camp now. I'm just gonna, I'll come the last day because I knew the rules. I'll come the last day, then they gotta make a decision. But I'll be in shape. They have to either cut me or then I just force my way out and then go to somebody else's team. And I was gonna take a pay cut there, but not here. Can't do it. Yeah. But anyway, so he tried to send me to football hell, we call it. So he got some kind of deal and went to pay for Keto Pablo. Then the rest is history. Go over to that clown organization at that moment. They got a clown at a coach. He got a whole face paint with a red nose and everything. That man's a clown. This man didn't have a playbook, man. Understand what I'm saying to y'all. I'm not joking. I ain't cracking. I'm not being funny. We talking about our craft we did our whole life, Bars. Mm-hmm. He didn't have a playbook. He has no reference to what he's saying. So you ask him a question. Like I asked him some question. I feel like if I have to play a coach, whatever, he'll look at you, hold that thought, and run away. I didn't understand what he was doing. Well, then I started realizing as a couple practices I did that he kept running away. And then we get in meetings, he up on board, basically telling people don't talk to him while we on the field. Like, what do you mean don't talk to you while we on the? Who the hell are you supposed to be? And I wasn't trying to be that guy, but I'm like, I am a veteran. I've been in the organization where we did things and won. I can't come to no shit show when you talk about no playbook. Then he got guys like, for example, in practice, when the ball go out of bounds, he wants everybody to run full speed to where the ball at. And now it went from grass to sideline to concrete to the end of the wall in the stadium. People running on the concrete, falling, hitting the ground, and they laughing. So me, I ran right to the sideline and I stopped. I'm not going on no concrete. I'm not sorry. I'm not getting hurt for dumb stuff. And then he had it. Etcheberry was the worst coach in history of football. I can promise you that. But he always had a thing about guys making more money than him. I heard about that when I first came to Ottawa. That season I only came for 3 games or so. He was the D coordinator there, and players used to tell me about him. But I never, when you're young, you don't hear that stuff. But anyway, and after that, so where the real fuckery came in at, okay, I'm out here marching. Now, I done had a lot of good camps. You done seen me. We done been, man, this is my best camp in my life. Far as why the dominant wise, and I dominated a lot of camps, but this one, I gave up 1 catch the whole camp, and 1-on-1, 7-on-7, team, everything. 1 catch. I picked off like 12 balls. I ran all of them back. All of them went back to the end zone. Every one of them in practice. And the game week come, Wednesday hit, we go out there. I'm on the inactive or something. Like, what in the world? I'm hurt because reporters asked me, so how's your injury? Then I'm like, injury? I ain't know how to answer that. So anyway, they got me as hurt. So every time I try to talk to O'Shea, he run away. Like, man, what's going on? Right? Nobody talk. I'm my own agent, so I need to hear what's the problem. I'm not talking as a football player now. I need to tell me what's going on. I'm cool with it because you still paid me. Still gave me that 70-something up front. You ain't getting back. So I'm like, man, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? I ain't tripping. My son about to be in a sophomore high school anyway. I'm ready to check up out the building anyway because that was important to me to get him to college. So they playing. They telling me why I ain't playing. So then they faking like I got an injury, and they ain't telling me nothing. So boy, when that Friday came, March, okay, you know what I told you about flopping like a fish. So I ain't had no. If I come to practice and my ankles ain't taped, see, I wasn't like I had to smack my shit up. You know that. My ankles wasn't taped. I ain't tie my shoes. Man, I ain't even put my straps on my shoulder pad. None of that got on. We about to start warming up DB drills. So I'm about to start. I didn't know O'Shea and Etcheberry walked over there and was watching us. I backpedaled, opened up. Screen hit the ground like sorry, Ryan, I was a white girl in the movie, dude. You know what I mean? Running from the mall. Screen hit the ground. My back hurt. I thought, you want to say I'm hurt? No problem. I'm hurt now. So I'm hurt. So now I'm a straight nuisance. I ain't going to nothing. I'm going to the training room. I need Celebrex. I ain't take none of them. I put it on documentation that they were giving me Celebrex, all that bullshit. So I like, all right, they want to play games. So here you go. Now I was on the PA 5 years. You know, you ain't about to pull these games. I'm a vested veteran. Are you kidding me? So I'm hurt now. So, you know, I made it to the point where I ain't helping them. I ain't talking to nobody. I'm just in meetings. I'm just here. So now they getting mad at me. So I kind of forced them. I said, well, cut me. You know, they cutting the vet, Marsh, on injury. So they cut me. They done messed up now. So I got the cut paper and I'm hurt. Oh, man. So I filed my grievance. They had to pay me while I was home chilling. I said it was it for me in football, 2014, no problem. It is what it is. I mean, I had more years left, but hey, I feel great. I'm not hurt. I feel good. Shit, I mean, I feel like I'm making CFL money now. So hey, it is what it is. But it was a shit show over there, and it was some bullshit because I'm like, I at least deserve the respect because I never was an asshole to nobody out there. Nobody, I always was never. And they wouldn't even tell me why I ain't playing. Just give me that respect to tell me and say, we're going to sit you out this week.
Yeah.
Or we need you to coach up the young guys. This man wouldn't even answer questions on the field. Hey, coach, what is hold that thought? And then get in the meeting room and talk about me subliminally. I'm like, what is I'm lost. Y'all told me y'all wanted me here to come to get these young guys up to speed and that's what I was doing. But it was I didn't understand it. Didn't even matter because, you know, I'm kind of glad I didn't play because I didn't really want to play football no more anyway. And that's when you get the major injuries, when you don't want it no more. So it kind of worked itself out. I was cool with it. But after that, I feel like I got blackballed out of this little league of CFL. Because, I mean, I swear, all of a sudden, I done sued the league like Arlen Bruce and did all kind of stuff. Like, man, these people crazy, man.
Can you clear that up, please?
There's nothing really to clear up. They called me. Somebody called me. I don't know who. You know, you get these calls, emails from former players or CFL or something, and I can't remember exactly. They were like, hey, we want to put you on a petition because we got guys. They named some guys that play in the league, and they like 50-something. They living with their mamas. They health insurance, don't have no health insurance. They got crippled, all kind of stuff. He said, can you say you stand behind those players? Yeah, I stand behind the players. Of course I will. I put my name on that. That's all I did. And next thing you know, Korey Banks is suing the CFL. Like suing the CFL. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but you know, and all that concussion stuff was going on. So, you know, all somebody did is got whiff of that and ran with it. But at the end of the day, man, the CFL don't owe me nothing. I don't owe them nothing. They don't owe me nothing. So I'm not the guy to say, you know, if I don't go to the Hall of Fame, it don't even fucking matter to me, really. I promise you, it don't matter. My love for football is gone finally. You understand me? I love the game, but I'm not in love with her no more. Let her go.
I'm gonna say this from me, and this is, you know, we talk real. You belong in there with a bus. That's nope. Listen to me now. This is real talk because you can't, like, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The eye in the sky don't. But
with that being said, if you understand where I'm coming from, like for example, I played too many years for one. You have an all-time team list, and I'm gonna pause with BC for a minute, but you got guys that's making lists in 1-2 years and they making all-decade team.
Yeah.
So even if I didn't make BC, you tell me Ottawa, what I did over there, should have did something. I ain't make a all-decade team, and that's the biggest slap of my career in my life. But it don't even matter because I've been let it go. Football is what it is. I mean, and I'm not begging for no sympathy because at the end of the day, I mean, you can cut the film on, you can do what you do. I mean, I can definitely say I know I played good enough to be alone somewhere. I don't know if it's the Hall of Fame. It don't matter because I didn't play the game to ever be in the Hall of Fame. I played the game really to get respect from my peers and the people I played with. That's really it. And then anything else is a bonus. So it's like, if I do, it's a bonus. I'll be grateful. And I don't know if I cry, maybe not, I don't know, but I'll be grateful. But it's not nothing that I'm really saying that I have to be in. Because at the end of the day, Hall of Fame bus don't feed kids. Hall of Fame bus don't send kids to college. Hall of Fame bus don't help you grow older and still be able to sustain your lifestyle. So if it don't affect that or helps to that, it don't. At the end of the day, I'm over it, man. I finally let that be. Listen, I was in love with that woman since I was 6.
Yeah.
I was in love with this woman since 6, and I finally let it go at like around 41 now. So I probably let it go, say 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, that put me at 39. So we talking 36 years, 33 years I love this woman. And I finally let it go and it feels so good because I really don't, like I can wake up right now, college football on, I don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
I used to have to, every day revolve around sports. Man, even my kids play sports now. I don't have to, I'm not, and I don't make them love it. Love it if you want to, cool, but we're not worrying about if this is going to take me to the league or not because we're out of that situation. Now, you don't have to worry about that. Just get to college and do what I tell you to do and go the route I tell you, you're going to get your money. That's going to be set up because daddy did it. It ain't none of that, oh, we got to rely on sports because sports lie to you too many times. Eventually, sports is going to stop loving you and you're going to keep loving it, but you're going to be in that situation. You know that situation. I love this girl so much. She told me she going to mess with me, but she going to leave me one day. But I keep on messing with her. I think I can change her mind. But she going to stop. She told you she going to leave you one day. It's going to happen. It is what it is. I really feel that way now. I mean, it is.
That's a great analogy. So can you also talk about, you did a phenomenal job with nephew, your son, Korey Banks Jr., and he was a top-rated player in the state of Georgia and had multiple Division I college offers and initially went to South Carolina. Can you elaborate on that a little more?
Well, when we him talk about it, like he did go to South Carolina out of high school, which, I mean, it was 100% a decision. And for me, when he asked me out of the schools he had, I said Alabama, no doubt. But Alabama wanted to play corner. He loves receiver. He just fell in love with receiver. And I kind of blame Canada for that. Because when he came over there them years, played Little League, had 500 touchdowns, he really thought he was an offensive guy. And I'm like, oh, man, you are an offensive guy, but this career, the money's at DB, you know what I mean? Or you always gonna have a job if you can do something at DB. But anyway, you know, he went to South Carolina, played as a freshman, got a few catches. You know, he was one of them. He played with Deebo Samuel, San Francisco, played with Halen Hurst, the tight end that's at Atlanta now, and the receiver, Brian Edwards, who's at the Raiders now. All of them was on the team together. I know all these kids. So he was good, you know, but that same year, he became academically ineligible. He thought he was one of them coming in as a freshman, not listening to me. And you know, dad can't go get the transcript in college. Yeah. We can't call him up and check, you know, and South Carolina didn't have a structure for freshmen. Like, they should have caught him not going to these classes, thinking he dropped these classes. They should have caught that right away. They didn't. And then he ended up he failed 2 classes, so it made him academically ineligible. So he stayed on scholarship that next year, but they moved him to DB, position he didn't want to play. So, you know, then he come out there, he was accepting it, willing to do it. But then when the season started, they wasn't playing him. Yeah. He wasn't even really playing special teams. And he was way too good not to do none of that. No special teams, no nothing. So he just started hating football. So I like, dude, don't sit there and hate it. Go. If you still love it, man, you can leave the school. So he decided to leave. He was gonna go to Central Florida or South Florida, but he was going to miss another year. So he ended up going to North Carolina A&T, which, you know, out of the last 5 years, they won 3 national championships. He got a national championship already, a ring. You know, I mean, he scored 3 times in that game. I mean, now he get to play this spring and come back another year. So he got like 19 more games left to prove we got to prove. And his new DB receiver coach is, you'll know the dude, and I forgot the name, but he played in the league with Minnesota for some years, man. A bunch of years. Yeah, he might be from Cali. I just forgot his name, but he loved him. This is the first time I ever heard him talk about a coach that he loved as much. So I'm like, and you know, and the dude loved him. So he played in the league. So I don't care about the NFL because he going into the engineering world anyway. So it's like, I told him, we gonna chase football if you want to. Cool, chase it. But I got somewhere for you to come, and don't worry about the money. Play because you like it. Because don't be like me. Don't play because you know, everybody told you was going to the league, and I let all my lawyer dreams go. You know, I would have been fighting for some of these criminal justice reform bills. I would have been, after all this stuff, I would have been definitely would have took on some of these civil rights cases. But football told me, no, you don't need to do that. Just come on over here. We're gonna let you make $500 million. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. I know how that go, man. So I mean, he doing well. I'm not. Yeah. Camden, you know, he's a senior in high school now.
Already?
Yeah, he trying to go. He might go to Georgia State, but he going to school for safety engineering. Nice. We stand in that realm. We doing that. You get what I'm saying? You can get 6 figures that way. Yeah, they ain't got to hit their head against no wall. Yeah. We doing that. Sorry.
I just wanted you to speak on that because you've done a phenomenal job with the kids, man, And I talk to Lil Korey every now and then on social media and check in on you. So I just want to give you kudos on that, good brother. I think that was a good job, and people need to know that.
I always appreciate it. But, we do good jobs. It ain't about us. It's about what they do when they leave outside their house.
That part.
It don't matter how great of a parent you are. It's decision making by them. So I got to commend him because I can say one thing. He do listen. So, it's just about, hey, I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but I'm telling you what not to do.
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, I ain't telling you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what not to do. I won't do that. You know what I mean? One time he went to school his first year. You know how them dudes be doing the fraud, right? So his homeboy, Lil Jay, who went to Cincinnati running back. You know about Jay Green? He was a running back for Sandy Creek. Delvin Weems too, right?
Yeah, he passed. Yeah.
Yeah. They found the people that did that, but the other running back was Jay. He went to Cincinnati out of high school, and then left Cincinnati, ended up at Jacksonville State, started running back, balling, league coming for him and all. Dropped out last year, say he want to rap. Now he done got shot and all kind of stuff. But he when my son first got to school, he pimped him, had to send him some money and had him pull it out his account. You know what I mean? That fraud kind of stuff. My son's so dumb, don't realize it. We already talked about this. So, we end up, he ended up had to shut that bank account down. Then, but I'm saying, dude, you be out here, everybody ain't your dog, man. You know how these kids be, man. Man, listen, man. It's a everyday business when you're a parent, man.
Yeah, it is. Them
lessons, even now he not in the house. I can't be where he at. So it's like, hey, you better make them decisions, boy, because you know what we dealing with. Especially over here, boy, they try to put you away for 60 years. Man, never see the outside.
I just had a conversation with my son, man. So
every day, man.
Every day, it's a you try to raise them up the right way, and it's crazy. At 41, I'm starting to sound more and more like my pops back in the day.
You be seeing that Progressive commercial with them. That's one of my favorite commercials. You ever see the Progressive commercial where they show the older people acting like they parents? Yeah. You better believe it. Cause we thought we knew everything. Like I be telling my son, man, listen, I've been 21 before. You've never been 40. So come on, man. Like I know you know more than me. I know you do. But look, can I please tell you something? If you don't mind, please. That's how I be talking to her, please. Hey, I know you know more than me. Believe me, I know, son. Just can I please tell you something, please? That's how I talk to him. He don't like it, but he listens to it. Like, all right, I know you know more than me. I know
you hit him with the sarcasm, huh?
Can I you got to hit him with it all the time, man. I'm sorry, man. Please, if you don't mind, sir. Like, come on, man. dude, you know what his degree in right now? This man got a liberal arts degree. But you know what? I ain't gonna cry. Just get the paper, because that's all I need. Because to get you in management, just get the paper, man. He but that was because he was academically ineligible.
Yeah.
Then he transferred over and they took 26 credit hours.
Oh, because of the
Yeah, man. So I'm like, how you go from a Division I school to a black college and they taking all them credit hours? you know it's about money, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, all about the money. Let me ask you this question. Who was the most difficult receiver for you to cover?
You mean in the CFL?
Let's go. NFL, college, CFL.
College? Whoo. DeBar Gaffney, he wasn't even fast. He just was crafty. He didn't really do nothing on me. But I was like, man, that ball had been thrown. I'm here to have that one. Rex Grossman was going at picking on them other boys at Mississippi State. But he was crafty. And then in the league, I ain't go against Marvin.
Marvin.
I would say Derek Mason.
Yeah. I seen
Tennessee Titans, but I would say it was more of Steve McNair than Derek Mason. Yeah. Steve McNair, I ain't to this day never seen a quarterback throw balls like this. How accurate this man was, but they never talk about that. This man, we went up there for the Dolphins for the 4-day training. Yep. This man was throwing. That's why they never had a big time receiver. This man was throwing the ball in these windows every time. Right outside, right off the sideline, on the sideline. I'm talking about Mason and the other receiver.
Mason, Dyson, Justin McCarron.
Dyson was it not? Was it Dyson?
McCarron.
Dyson. One of them. Man, Steven there to that Mason was. Oh no! I'm sorry. I didn't tell the truth because I forgot. The next year we went down to Houston when they had Andre Johnson. Woo! Hey, we went at it. I got to hold him a couple times. And I went 3-0 against them. But man, I remember Derek Carr, they ran about a 15-yard out up in post route. listen to me, man. It was about a 60-yard route in one-on-ones. I about to blow a gasket. I had not one more step to take. I like it was over. I knew I was about to get beat. So I dove, and he dove, and I some way got my finger on that ball and knocked it down. Everybody went crazy when I made the play, but man, I like one more yard, Marsh, is over. He is gone. I had no more gear to switch to. Man, he ran an out, up, then a post. I ain't never seen this route in my life. I just was guarding him, and next you know, he put his head down. I put my head down. I looked up for the ball. I had no more gear to try to dove. He dove, and I knocked it down. If I ain't knocked it down, he was gonna catch it. Andre Johnson, by far, that dude was nice, big too.
Yeah, David Carr had a cannon.
But in the CFL, now I ain't gonna say because I put against a lot of great players, but the hardest, difficult one for me, the most difficult, it was Kelly Campbell. You remember how they used to use him, man? This man running across the field just that way. I'm talking about, yeah, 1,000,000 miles an hour. Like, man, we a zero man. Like, come on, coach. We got to play a zone on this guy. I mean, yeah, this dude was running so fast. You remember I used to come back to you like, hey, Marsh, man, boy, I'm about to play about 15 yards off of him. They can run the curl. This dude moving so quick, man. Hey, man, he was a problem, man. I'm so glad he got out of the CFL quick. I am so glad. He was a problem.
I forgot
that man was like a 4, with that wow, he was 4-1. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised they didn't use him different. Like they could have put him out on that wide side corner and put 4 receivers on the other side, and he just go to work over here. Yeah. I mean, you know how that goes. Bring him in the wagon, let him tear that wide side corner to death. That man was a problem. Kelly Campbell, definitely.
Yeah. I forgot.
And it had nothing to do with his routes. His speed made you uncomfortable every time he took off.
He would run that waggle from the field to the boundary like he running the curve on the 200.
Yes, and then go back across the field, and Ricky Red throw that bitch way over there. And man, shit, you know, my boy Tonto, that joker there can't see. He ain't about to help you on the deep ball. His route, so you know you're gonna have to guard that by yourself.
So Korey, tell us about that 2011 season. You guys start 0-5, come back and win the Grey Cup. Take us through that season.
Man, that was one of those seasons, man. Like, we knew we had a decent team. We just had too many guys fighting for supremacy, if that makes sense. You had younger guys coming in thinking, okay, I'm better than you. And I'm not just saying defensively, offensively, all over the board. We had older guys coming in. Oh man, we've been here for a while. We better than all these teams and blah, blah, you know. So it was like, it was a multiple effort from every direction to like, oh man, we got to have some sit downs as players. We don't care what the coach is saying. Hey man, we got to fix this quick. We 0-5, everything going wrong, but it finally clicked. And you know, we just kept playing, and they kind of was forced to move the chess pieces back where they belong at. And when they did that, we took off. And I'm not saying because I moved back to halfback, that's what happened, but that allowed us to put people in their right positions. You know what I mean? So when we made certain adjustments, because them first 5 games, they were attacking that weak halfback. That was like majority of the game. Every time they needed a big play, we couldn't stop that. And
yeah.
I mean, eventually, I think that was Marsh who got them to move me back. Because I mean, you wasn't that you, Marsh?
Man, I went in there. You see,
going crazy every game. Yeah. So they finally moved me back. So then, you know, everybody, the chess pieces went back in their spot because they were trying to make too many movements on the defense. And it ain't about players. It is about players, but it's about more communication when you're veterans. Because everybody can play football. All these guys we play against, they're pros. And we don't have communication on certain things because they're communicating with hand signals and they know where they're going at. If we mess up one time, it's a big play. So they were trying to force some stuff. Once again, I believe it go back to Wiley and them trying not to pay me. And I know it is because that's how I go. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you keep trying to replace me at this position, and that the easier position is to replace the nickel. Like, I don't belong blitzing every play. That ain't what I do. I mean, I had to gain 15 more pounds just to play in that box. Man, shoot. You remember the talk, Marsh? I had to mentally, I'm about to curse here, y'all. I'm sorry, but I had to mentally fuck myself to believe I was a linebacker. And I don't care what nobody tell me. I've never been a linebacker. I just know football, and I'm good enough. I play linebacker in Little League, but I'm good enough to understand the game and how the offensive line got to block the D-line. So it gave me an advantage because I saw it and I can go. but I was not a linebacker by no means. I don't know what Carl Kidd gave him that idea. Benny, put Banks there at the linebacker. Banks at the linebacker? What you mean Banks at the linebacker? Man, I should have went in there missing tackles, and so they had to put me back. That's what I should have did, but I was too much of a competitor. Yeah, that boy had me in there playing linebacker. I remember that one game against was that year when they kept blitzing me against Hamilton?
Was that yeah?
Was that 11? Man, they blitzed me like 30 times against Hamilton. Man, I got hit so many times by them old linemen. Man, I flipped over water bottles and everything. I flipped over everything in the locker room. I was so mad after the game. We won, but I was hurting. But yeah, that linebacker, man, we ended up switching things back, caught our momentum at the right time. That's when the year Arlen Bruce came in, right? Or the year before that? It was the same year?
That year. Same year, yeah.
Yeah. So then the chemistry started rolling.
Yeah.
And, bro, my boy Ref, man, I'm sorry, man. Now, you talk about somebody, Marsh, that needed Hall of Fame. They better not screw that, man. That's a Hall of Famer right there. I don't care what nobody tell me. Arlen Bruce, I'm a fan. And I was a fan when he was in Toronto, from a distance. Arlen Bruce is a problem. I'm sorry. Yeah. My boy Ref is a problem, man. They got to give him his just due. They don't talk about that man enough, man. That man's a problem. I promise you. But Arlen Bruce came. Everybody was playing at the right moments. Yeah. Defense clicked. Solid and Elamine and them. Everything was happening at the right time. Wasn't that Solid? Yeah, Solid was with us.
Solid and Biggie, because
Yeah.
Biggie
Biggie was with us too?
Yeah.
So Biggie got 2 rings now? Oh, I didn't. I didn't know. I see. That's why I be getting these years mixed up. I forgot. I thought Biggie came the next year.
Was that was that his first or second year? I think.
I want to say his first because he was wearing like 50 something. Then he got 44 later.
Right. Right.
He
started playing special teams and then kind of elevated.
Oh yeah, because they started moving Antoine out the lineup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember Hamburger came out the lineup for Biggie. Yeah, okay. Now I'm coming back, Marsh. There you go. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there was no need for me to play nickel with Solomon and Biggie running around enough. Them boys, Biggie fast enough. Let them boys run around and hit linemen. Man, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Man, they wasted my career, man. I'm sorry. I'm telling the truth now. They wasted 3-4 years of my career because I could have easily been at 60 picks. They did. I know they did. I'm willing to say I'm bragging on me now because I know they wasted that. Should end up with 39 picks. Man, I could have been in the 50 club. They ain't want to put me at linebacker 5 freaking years. Got 1 ball a game coming. Man, get out of here with that junk, man. I don't understand it. And I never understand it. I'm sorry. But I guess the betterment for the team. And we end up winning no Grey Cups. We won 0 Grey Cups with me at linebacker.
Yeah.
0. So what you really accomplished out of it?
Would you guys call that 2011 team an underdog team, like an underachieving team, or an underperforming team?
I would call it neither one. I would call it pro football because we meshed at the right time. And we always had good enough players. It's just every year, for example, we had, even at DB, we might have had me, Marsh, Ryan, Glove, I'm just using names, Glove, Baron Miles, and all of us playing together. But if a team can find our weakness and we can't fix that, they can exploit it in big games. So it's like everything had to fall in play to be a champion. And especially at that time, I can't talk about it now because I don't know how easy or hard the league is. But at that time, to go beat a Calgary or Saskatchewan or even Edmonton, even if they wasn't that good, it was hard to beat them. Or then go around out east and beat a Montreal. It wasn't just – it had to be it was chemistry, definitely. Our chemistry started clicking at the right time. And, it was like we had enough data to understand what defenses we're not good at and what defenses that we are good at and adjust off of those. And one thing about Benavides that I respect, he always had that open line of communication and he was willing to come to the dogs of the team and say, man, what we need to do, and he'll do it. It was no ego when it came to that.
Yeah.
Some of these coaches, Echeverry, ego is like through the roof. And anybody ever hire Echeverry again, they must be out their mind. He better not ever get a job professionally nor college without a playbook. Now, go do that stuff in high school, whatever, but don't send your kid to him. That guy's a joke. So when you got coaches like that, I'm going to keep saying it, you'll never win jack. That dude's a joke. But Benavides was a big enough man, and I respect him forever for that, to be able to, we know players play and coaches coach. Mm-hmm. So let's keep the roles that way. Stop trying to be a player and coach. No. You're gonna be a coach or a player. It's one or the other. So and it's like I said, the chemistry, everything happened right at the right moments, and we dug ourselves out the hole. So it wasn't no particular thing. I don't think we underachieved. I don't think we overachieved. I think we were right in the middle, really.
Yeah.
Benny was a player's coach, and that I know NBC. We were blessed and fortunate to have, we had 3 or 4 different DCs throughout our careers there. But I know Coach Richie and Benny. They were like, they'll talk to us like, okay, so what are y'all thinking? What y'all want to do? And then we had more. We had a lot of leeway in BC. I'm gonna say that we did.
We created that because at the end of the day, they knew we wasn't dumb athletes. They didn't just have they had some guys on this team that belonged in the NFL that they had grown men that understood we had families, so we trying to keep the money. We had enough guys. I believe me, Marsh. I'm not saying nothing bad about Ryan, but I think Ryan could have been on the right team, depending on what the team was. He could play in the league, definitely. Hunt was an NFL guy. Tyrone Williams was an NFL guy. BJ was an NFL guy. And who else played in that 11 team? Manny Arsenal has some NFL type capabilities for sure. Even our O-line. Rob Jimenez, Jorge, not Rob Jimenez. Jason Jimenez, Rob Murphy. Even when you had Javon Ofalafe, man, that's NFL guys, period. I mean, they can, when you got that, it's like coaches can sit back and just call shit and we'll make it work because we'll take that scheme and make that scheme look totally different. Like, you couldn't read me and Marsh and say you knew what we was in. So teams kept trying to do that. They were messing up. And we loved every minute of that, and it was just, we had enough veterans to adapt and adjust. We never worried about, we were more mad than Wally when we go and we lose and like, hold on, man, what is going wrong? So when we get to those meetings, people came in there with bulletproof vests on because we shooting at you in the meeting. Man, hold on, dude. You gonna fix that shit today. You ain't gonna play. We sorry. Wally ain't gotta say that. He didn't have to say that with us. So that's really the big thing we took away. I think it was more of we remind him of the old school type of guys that they didn't have to say much.
Yeah,
we coached each other up and we kind of handled the discipline part of football in the locker room. And it was a multiple effort. It wasn't just one guy. And we didn't like guys that came in that just talked and ain't do nothing. Don't talk and don't make plays. We didn't like that. We were a team that you talking and you ain't making plays, you're gonna shut up real quick because we're gonna make sure of that. Yeah. And it just everybody fell in order and fell in line. So I don't know what happened when I left, but it got real bad.
Yeah. So who started this whole lockdown you thing?
I think it was Marsh, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't it Marsh? No, it was Glove. I don't know. Marsh Glove. I don't know. Those boys been going at it for a while. I can't tell you. I don't know. I really don't. I think Marsh said it the most, so I thought Marsh did. I don't know. I can't tell you.
So Glove used to say, we as a group used to say it. And
yeah.
Glove, LeVar Glover, shout out to Glove. He a funny dude, man. Real talk.
Man, you be wanting to beat Marsh up, man. You be wanting to beat Glove up. Tell the people the truth. You be wanting to beat Glove up for years, man. You ain't acting like a nice guy right now. You've been trying to beat that man up for like 7 years, man. That's enough now. You're a good dude, but Marsh been trying to beat him up for years. They got it all the time. And they will argue in each other's face and just laugh the whole time, but argue all day long. Them two right there, man, no. They went at it every day. They still go at it to this day through these text messages. We in the group message. They still going at it. Don't believe him. He's been trying to beat LeVar Glover up for years.
So Glove, we used to say it at practice stuff. Now our practices was so crazy, and people that know our practice was more competitive than the game. Just intercept balls. Korey popped it off one time. He kicked the damn ball over the fence at the practice facility. Well,
that's when they made me mad that whole week. And I put X all over the uniform when I was kicking balls over the gate. Yeah, and they top of that jump. So man, baby, bad, man.
So it kind of started from there. And then we were, like I said, I think what made us so good, like we actually hung out with each other outside of the game, outside of practice.
Man, we stayed in the locker room for hours, playing cards, all that stuff.
Playing cards and just hanging out, going to eat every day. Like we was, because once again, we're in Canada. All our, the wives, the girlfriends, the kids, they're at home. They would come visit, but for predominantly the season, we're up there. So we hung out all the time, and that was our moniker, Lockdown U. I had some shirts made, and then it just kept growing and growing and growing, and that's what it became. So.
Well, Glove can't get no credit in my book because if you didn't last long enough, then it is what it is. He was gone too quick, so it's like, I mean, I love Glove. I just tell the truth. If I'm the mediator, they get mad at me because I just tell the truth. I don't have a dog in the fight right now. So if he did, he wasn't there long enough, and you kept it going. So hey, it is what it is. I thought it was Marshall. I don't know. I know Lockdown U. I know them boys went at it for a minute over it. Right now, they going to court right now for that name. They've been going to court for 8 years over that name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's been. Let me ask you this: what's your thoughts on the current events going on here
in the U.S. of A? Yes. You mean like killings or just the president? What?
I'm talking about the civil unrest. I'm talking about the social injustice. I'm talking about the election. I'm talking about the whole gamut. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, my biggest thing is this: like, I feel like if you're not voting, you shouldn't even open your damn mouth about nothing. Mm-hmm. That's what I feel. Number one, let me clarify that first, because I done heard too many people talking, and then you like, well, did you vote? Man, I ain't voting. It ain't gonna change nothing. I can't even talk to that type of person because it's like, if you're not gonna exercise the only real thing you have in this world that you can call yours, if you're not gonna exercise that, then it's like, I don't even want to talk to you or think what your opinion is. Let me clarify that because a lot of people not vote. But the current events it's the same thing that's been going on. Nothing new up under the sun. I mean, but how do you adapt to it? The way you got to adapt is multiple ways, but we doing one thing, you bring attention to it. One. Two, stop letting the media change the narrative. Oh, they taking the knee. Oh, I don't like the players because they're taking the knee and they don't respect the troops. If you believe that, you're the dumbest person ever. And I'm just going to be honest. It's not about a freaking knee. It's not about any of that. When you can watch somebody sit on somebody's neck, no matter what color they are, for 8 minutes and look in the camera like it ain't nothing, and you say that's okay, you're never going to change that person's mindset. So we're trying to change the wrong people mindset instead of putting down rules, and the rules are the rules. Color been a thing forever in this country. It's not going to really ever change. It's just going to get better. We only can work on what can you do moving forward. Because I'm from a family of a cousin that got murdered by a police officer that we know never did nothing. And the police officer did serve in prison time now, but we know we've been through that. But the other flip side of it, the other side will say, well, you say Black Lives Matter, but all the black people killing each other. But that's the dumbest argument in the world too, because people tend to kill people who live by them.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying? So all this black on black crime, that's not even a thing, that's a lie. Because that's the only crime that has a name or color on it. Black on black crime. You never heard of Hispanic on Hispanic crime. You never heard white on white crime. You never heard that. So you get what I'm saying? So it's so many doors we got to knock down before we can get to the final place. And how we knock them down, you got to exercise these votes, understand the political. You got to get political if you're not black. You got to understand what's going on, because that's the law of the land. If you're not voting for your sheriffs, not voting for your mayors, your government, your local officials, and then the presidency, then you're not adding to the cause. You're just talking. Yeah. And if you waste the win, this is not the time to waste win no more. We watched this win be wasted for 4 straight years now.
Yeah.
We've been promised so many things for 4 years as people. It's like, forget all this, put everything aside, forget the hate, put the hate aside. I don't know nobody that don't want the same thing in life. Most people want a family, a house, a life, a car, whatever you want to say. They want normal things. And I mean, I don't really know too many people that I know that don't want that, no matter what color they are. I mean, just keep the main thing, as Benny used to say. And man, you got to move forward with every decision. Like, I don't have no answer. All I can do is tell you what I did do was vote. What I did do is I just try to keep myself out of situations that put me in any harm, because the system, that's why it's called a system. It was created to keep things moving, and you'll never defeat the system because the system always getting amended. Mm-hmm. They amend systems every day. It's a law going in every day, or a law changing every day. So I don't know, man, but I don't know where the political part is. It's a mess right now, but I think there's more good than bad, and if we can stick with that principle, I think we headed to good times.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be great because, like for example, like I tell people, if you came to my house now, oh, your house is nice and big, nice, pretty, clean house, and then when an hour there while you at the house, you start seeing roaches popping up everywhere. So the house can be pretty, but if you got a couple roaches, you're gonna remember the roaches more than the house. So that's how it is with these issues now. You got a lot of great going on, but you got one or two bad things, and that's all everybody ever remembers. So it's like, we got to eliminate the bad, keep the good going, and make more good, period. And how can you be good, man? Just be a regular person. Why kill, why steal, why rob, live a regular life, have some morals, have some values, respect everybody, and require respect back, period.
Yeah.
You don't have to like me. You can be racist if you want to, but how you doing, and keep it moving. That's not going to affect me because you don't like me. And me not like you now, just live a normal life, remember respect, and respect everybody, and give it, and I think things will move forward.
Yeah. So provincially here right now, we have an election actually today. So actually when I'm done this show, I'm going to go and vote, do my part to help make a change, right?
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about. Right now too, I mean, on Canada's standpoint right now, a lot of the stuff we hear about Trump and what Trump's saying to the media is an absolute joke. I mean, it's absolutely crazy right now to be hearing some of the shit coming out of his mouth about the virus and all this other stuff. And I would hope that, everybody gets out there and votes, no matter who you're voting for, no matter what party you're picking. Get out there, like you say, do your part, vote, and help make a change, right?
If everybody voting Trump's the president, I can't even be mad because the people that have spoken. It's that's like, hey, that's what you want? So, and it's certain rules to America. I'm speaking of America. And it sounds, it's not a contradiction, it's just what people think. That no matter who's the president, nothing's going to change for the black man. So that's how a lot of black people think anyway. So, but at least do your part, because we know ancestors died just to be able to put a vote in. Yeah. People got slaughtered just for that, hung from trees. So it's like, and if you don't understand that as a black person or whatever, then I just don't, like, my mind don't allow me to get on their level. I don't even try that. Like, it's certain levels my mind is not gonna let me get on. Like, I can't get on that level of understanding if you're not voting. It's just nothing to talk about. I can't even, when I hear people say that is the stupidest thing I ever hear. I'm not voting. My vote don't matter. Okay. And that's the last thing that's the last word I say to them, because at the end of the day, I'm a grown man with kids, and if when I move on from this world, I gotta be able to at least say I did my part. And what is your legacy gonna say? What part of history will you be on? Because at the end of the day, if we're talking color, Donald Trump is making a lot of white people look bad. I know they hate it, because I know majority of white people don't think that way. You have a few, you have some, you have enough, but they don't think that way, where I just grab somebody by the pussy, or I kiss her in the mouth, or he said the other day that Kamala Harris would never be president because it ain't right. A woman should never be. He's speaking and spewing this shit out his palate all the time, and I'm like, only people want to hear that is people that's going to follow him anyway. He's a comedian to me. I laugh at him because I know it's bull crap. Because, and then you got these groups like the Proud Boys. He told these people to stand down but stand by. And the Proud Boys was established 2016, and most people say that's Donald Trump group. And they're a terrorist group politically. I'm like, come on, man. You allowed to say this and you a president? Proud Boys, stand down but stand by. And anytime they ask you to denounce somebody, you won't do it. Like, in my lifetime, I've never seen a president do this. And I'm pretty sure he's not really a president. He's running a corporation. That's what he like to call America. So he's a company runner. And we're not used to that type of political power here. Because, at one point, Mitt Romney was running, and they were like, Mitt Romney was worth $200-300 million. So they're like, oh, we never had a president that weighed this type of money. It wasn't allowed. So now all of a sudden, whatever. It just, I don't know, man. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's just, hopefully in November, we can move forward to a more compassionate president. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat. We need compassion in the White Office. You got to have understanding. You still got kids that's locked in cages they talking about, away from their parents. I don't give a damn what country you from. This America was built on immigration. So stop acting like, only one group was here. Every group of individuals in this country or in this world, I'm gonna just use America, in this country, helped build America, they basically, what's the word I'm looking for? They did their part to help America grow. But I'm lack of a better term, I can't think of the word at the moment. But so it's like, man, you know, just people just gotta have a mind and stop letting people tell them how to think.
Yeah.
That's what I'm tired. I'm tired of people getting told how to think and thinking like, oh, I suppose, like he said a comment, suburban America. I don't know what it's supposed to mean, but I can assume suburban America. You need to vote for me because if not, those people will be moving in your neighborhood. Who's those people? Like, come on, man, this is crazy. Like, what person you know one makes money to stay in the hood where they shooting guns at, robbing, gang banging? I don't know nobody that want to live there. People tend to try to change their situations. So, I mean, it's just stupid. It's so much rhetoric coming out that palette, man. It's like, where do you start at? He told over 20,000 lies in office in 4 years. Come on, man. That's a joke. And anybody in democracy that stand behind that joke, you need to reevaluate yourself. I can't tell you who to vote for nobody, but if you like that, then that tells a lot about your character. Because I mean, that's crazy.
Let me ask you this, KB. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it's always been a corporation. I just think the issue with Trump is he's just he don't care. He don't care.
He made racism okay now. Period.
They feel very comfortable.
Sexism, racism, any of that, it's okay now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just like they asked him, I think they asked him one time would he had approved the gay marriage, and he basically talked so crazy about that. I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, my thing is, you know, most people gonna be like, well, my 401k or well, my stock market, man, stop that crazy talk, man. Every president that come in, the 401k is the main topic in the health insurance. What about your health insurance when you're 60 and you around here Alzheimer's and you can't think, and now you can't get nobody's gonna pick up your pre-existing policies? Like, come on, man. People gotta think, man. You gotta stop thinking about yourself. Yeah, you're gonna make money regardless what the president's name is. It just, I don't know, man. I don't know nothing, dog. I just know enough to keep myself out the way. Freaking, hey, stand down or stand by. What the hell do that supposed to mean? Like, come on, man.
You know what
when the vote come out November and he's not president, who need to watch out? I don't know what particular group need to be scared. Like, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
what are you saying? And that shit there should have been addressed this last debate. They should have addressed that. What does that mean? Who are you talking to? They never addressed. I wanted to hear that because I've never heard nothing like that. They told a terrorist group to stand down but stand by. Like, whoa, nobody heard that. Nobody talking about that. Who are they standing by to shoot? Like, I mean, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know nothing, man. I'd rather change the subject because we could talk about this stuff all day. Oh man.
Well, I'm gonna say this. It's always good talking to you, my good brother. And we gotta link up. So how long you in Texas?
Well, right now, I mean, man, let me see. I'm working on a project now, man. You know, so when we finish this one, I mean, it's supposed to be at the end of the month, but I don't see that. I think we like 3 weeks away. So about 3 weeks.
We gotta.
When
this thing blow over, we gotta do that.
They gotta pay me weekly. So I mean, shit. Every week, hey, and they still owe me one more check. So every week we hear, hey man, I'm happy. I don't pay it. I shoot, no problem. My wife and them don't miss me that much. They just want to make sure everything, the bills paid, yep, and she make enough money to pay all the bills. So it's like, hey, great.
Yeah, get to the bag. We got to get up to Vancouver, man. When this all
man, we gonna go this year, man.
That's
we gotta see what this COVID do, man. I don't know if people keep blowing snot out the nose, coughing on people. Hey, you remember we was in Canada, right? I be telling people, man, we be on planes, and I'm not being racist, so I'll just check this off top before. And you know, the Asians used to run by us with the mask on all the time, like, and they'll run from the back of the plane to the front of the plane all the time, like, what's going on? We Asians doing that back in 2010, 11, 12, all them years. And now, you know that guy was like, oh, it's a China disease and all that. So I'm like, oh boy, I don't know. I'm just saying, but man, we used to be always looking at like, why they got on masks walking around? So man, shit, they knew something.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like they knew something was coming, right?
And that was 10 years ago.
It's been longer than that.
One of my guys worked under in one of these defenses for the DOD, Department of Defense. He lived in my neighborhood, but he always said like, man, he like basically they had this is what he said. I don't know if it's true because I'm not in the military, but he was like, they had a chemical that everybody knew about, in some way it got out in China, and then now it's spreading through. I don't know how true it is. Like the people in the power know. I don't know nothing. Like I said, I just hear you read and you research, but I can't tell you if it's 100% fact. But he told me this out of his mouth, and I know he's one of them guys up here that. But Andy don't like Trump, so it ain't like he was saying that just because Trump was saying. But he was like, it's one of them things they knew about, and a lot of these what do you call them? The places where they do diseases at the
science labs.
A lot of them knew about some of this stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But they were like, it started over there. I don't know how true it is, but hey, I used to see these people running around with masks on, though. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Full speed, Marsh. We'll be on the plane. As soon as the plane land, they shoot up to the front. I'm like, man, hold on. Don't you supposed to wait seat for seat? I mean, yeah. I don't know, dude.
But yeah, we got to get both you cats up here to Canada, though.
I want to come. I said I was going to poke my head in there, man. Especially, I'm seeing G-Roy might be a GM, huh?
I was going to say, here's one for you. The BC Lions are looking for a GM. So either you two guys want to step into that role and get me up into the team somewhere. We're good, right?
Man, listen. Man, one thing about one person, I don't know how much power Wally got, but just my analysis, Wally got a lot of power. And then people like us say, me and Marsh ain't getting no job, though. Dude, I definitely know I ain't getting one. I mean, all I did was being a great person to people, but see, like I got the long stick, man. Like, hey, you sent me to Winnipeg for my career to die. You think, man, he ain't gonna never co-sign for me. Send me to Winnipeg, dog. Think about that. BC to Winnipeg. Do you understand them days, how long and boring them days was over there? I'm talking about, as soon as you walk up out the room, practice over with, everything about it was bad. Terrible.
But yeah, we're gonna get up there. Once again, always great to have you on. We're gonna get you back on, most definitely. It was a pleasure shooting the shit with you, letting the people know what's up with you. And always super, super, super respect. Love you like a real brother, bro. And I gotta get on out of here. I gotta go train these kids. But I'm man, I appreciate y'all, man. Anytime, man. I'll come back on one time. Hey, you should do a dual one, man. Bring by 2 people on at the same time.
No, yeah, we gotta hook that.
Ryan, let's do that.
I want you to bring Kid on when I come on next time. Tell that boy up.
That Kid.
I saw him, man. I'm gonna tell that boy up. Hey, I be telling Kid up. Hey, I got some pictures I need to send you, Marshall Kid.
Show me.
Your face how he doing stuff. I'm just taking screenshots. I'm like, boy, I'm gonna blackmail your ass the rest of your life. So you better ever run for office. I got something for you, boy.
we don't have anything booked for next weekend. I'm just saying.
So
I mean, if he with it, I'm with it. I'm gonna be in the room. I'm gonna be here still.
Let's do this. Let's put it together this week and see what we can come up with. We try to get Hunt on too.
Hey, you should bring Hunt. If you don't bring G-Roy, we're gonna tear G-Roy up.
Man.
I'm like, dang, G-Roy, you ain't gonna get us no job, man. We want great cuts together. I'm man, we gonna act the fool, man. I don't want no job. So I can act the fool because I don't need nothing from nobody over there. So it's like, hey man, I can be more of my personality now. I ain't gotta be politically correct no more. Like, I hate Echeverry. Put that index show with that Echeverry, you're a bum. You never need a job again. Terrible. You must was a mechanic before you became a coach. I don't know who told you not to have a playbook. You the craziest coach. Come on, Marsh. Would you hire somebody like that?
No, you gotta have something.
Man, when we have a meeting, I need to see your. Let me see your program. Let me see your system you running. That's the number one question. You go, it's all up here. What?
You gotta be kidding. He was a D coordinator.
All you gotta do, get Alex Suber on the show.
Sue.
We know Sue was over there with me. And both of us made over 6 figures on that defense. And guess what? Both of us he got traded. I made him cut me. And we both was balling, playing right beside each other. Think about me and Sue playing beside each other. You know he's smart. Man, it was a wrap. But whatever.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tap in with you, good brother.
All right, man. Y'all be safe out there, man. Hey, burn that Eagles gear, man. This is Korey Banks. Thanks for joining us on Inside the Mind podcast.